In the ruck is Noah Howes for SA. He's played some league footy for South Adelaide in the Sandful. Clearance is going to go the way of the Allies though. A chain of handball sees Marshall involved. It'll come back towards this defensive back pocket. Some traffic and Campriali pushes SA towards half forward. Welsh flies too deep, couldn't take it. Allies have numbers at the fall of the ball. The hand pass hard up against the boundary line. Found Marshall. They'll bring it back inboard. Harrison Ram chips inboard to the apex of the square and finds a teammate in Sharp. Sharp now goes across to that outer side half-back flank. The skipper in Draper releases a handball. They'll now progress to half-forward, but the Allies have some numbers here. An opportunity for the busy Marshall. He'll kick to a teammate in some space forward of the footy on the hands of Ben Kennedy.
So that kick went scrubbing along the ground, put his teammate under pressure, but it was mopped up. At half-back, Cochrane keeps it on that outer side wing. Smattering of spectators out there at Thebarton Oval. It's a long way away from here. Handball worked really well. Driven inside 50 for the Allies. Oh, it's a big take over the top. Here. It might be going the way of the Allies. It is. And it's going to be a shot at goal by the look of it.
Could be the anti-density rule free kick perhaps. And normally when the free kick comes to the top of the 50, that's what the result is.
So retrieving the ball eventually is Ricky Marshall. As you say, on that 50 arc, he rolls around, drives it to 5 metres out from goal. Couple of big flies. Fist came by SA, and that defence is holding true at the moment.
Yeah, Mackay's been impressive on a couple of occasions there. Stands strong in the back half, and the kick couldn't find the target. Good work here for the Allies. Hand pass came out from Marshall. They'll win out with some numbers. Over the top goes Carmichael. They'll go back to where it started. Carmichael has support through Andriaccio. He's going to open up some space. Okay.
Clark couldn't quite, got buried into the turf. That was a clean pickup though. Well played there by Sharp, moving into the centre. Kick to half forward, came off the boot there of the vice-captain in Herbert. Bouncing footy, had to get rid of it quickly. The pressure's on. It's a one-on-one here. Tough fighting for the footy. There is Rosenzweig close to the boundary line. They all pile in. Picking it up out the back. Oh, that's very well worked by the Allies. They've just got it away. Each time they were under pressure, they fed it out. And that's well brought in. A strong mark taken in defence there by the Allies. That short kick is about 8 metres, but it's been paid. And they move it to half-back in the arms there of Mick. On that left foot, big push out, letting the chase of the ball. Could be Newton. He wraps the opposing number up in a tackle instead. Ball came out. Goal, but the Allies strength in numbers.
They work it out now through handball. Salzberger has it and gives it off to a running teammate from half-back. Looping it over the top was the player in Marshall. They've now progressed to centre wing on that outer side, and they'll kick towards centre halfwards. The scores again, as we said, locked away. 4 minutes gone in this final term. Winning the footy and getting a handball out for the Allies was the player in Marshall. Comes back out in his direction. Got it back from a teammate. The short chipping ball's a good one. Goes in that direction of Stanley, but a good discipline spoil from the SA defender over the line. A few late messages out as the bounce might have been recalled. It favoured ball lace, a backhanded fist down. Couldn't quite get it out. Lombardi, aerial ping pong there, taken by Hargraves. Chance though for the Allies to clear. The hand pass out of congestion from Salzberger. The ball's at ground level, picking it up nicely there and having a busy last term is Sam Marshall. He'll kick laterally now and find a teammate in Andriaccio. He's kicked to the presenting target and
4 blows to really draw a level and finally take the lead. Now the incentive is with the Allies bursting out of the stoppage there though. Didn't go anywhere. Strong tackle was laid by Herbert, the vice-captain for South Australia. 35 out. And we've got a free kick plucked out from that contest. Might have been in the back ultimately. And it's going to go the way of Ricky Marshall.
But an opportunity here for the Allies to square things back away.
So Marshall out of the Lions Academy. He's actually relocated to Melbourne and plays for the Sandy Dragons. On his way in, Marshall to level things up, and that is just skating to the near side.
He'll look to kick to a contest down the line. Out the back there, couldn't be taken by Rosenzweig. Allies defence do well through the avenue of Murray. Gets it over the top now. The handball was a mark. He wanted to play on, so not sure whether the umpire's going to pay a 50-metre penalty or not, but a very busy Ricky Marshall. I think I called him Sam earlier. As Ricky Marshall now is the footy for the Allies. He'll kick towards the arc of 50 over the top of the contest. Numbers here though for the Allies. Player in Salzberger takes it, goes back.
Hours for South Australia. bombers it inside 50. Big fly, wasn't quite reeled in. Handballs came out the back to Bell. He was able to send it to that outer side, and they can run and gun if they want to, but instead holding it up ever so slightly there was Sam Marshall. And he's given it over the top, and the Allies, that's a big high bomb.
So Stanley kicks long towards half forward. Position there was Howes, brings it to ground, but the Allies have numbers at the fall of the ball. Championships. As Howes has gone into the ruck for SA. There's a change there for the Allies as well. It's the player in white who's there. The umpire's found a free kick. It's going to go the way of the Allies. So a bit of momentum now for them. Taj Stanley's had a busy second half. He'll kick laterally and find a player who's been very impressive in this final term in Sam Marshall. Off the right boot, the kick to a leading target, but stepping back in the hole there.
Momentarily back to a one-score game. SA 10-9-69, the Allies 11-9-75, 15 minutes played, final term.
So the Allies are winning ball lace, spinning out of trouble there was Sharp, gets it back to a teammate, and the kick towards half forward, overrunning it there was Howes. Bending down, picking up nicely for the Allies. Squirts out a handball now, but SA's forward pressure is impressive.
Others' feet trying to pick it up. Smith was there. And worked well through Andriacchio and over the top there to Carmichael. They've moved this. There it was Borlase who was trying to put it through to get his side at least in front by 1 point. Couldn't do it though. We remain deadlocked at 11-9-75 as we enter the final 6 minutes.
Kalani
now is Marshall. He's got 27 touches, but it's his side who trail by 6 points.
So the goal to Bradley sees SA take the lead. We're back underway. The goal to Cumming rather. Chance for a clearance here going the way of the very industrious Marshall. He's been impressive in this final term. Hand pass out to a teammate now into Polar Cuban. Gives it off now to Lombard. He'll kick towards half.
Sends it to half forward. Huge pack forms. Couple of big flies. Didn't quite work. Smith there. Instead, he had support. Andriacchio on the right. Short target. And they can build the Allies.
23 minutes.